Why does Hoffman's interface theory of perception end up undermining itself? Our everyday sensory world, what we see, touch, and feel, seems to be part of reality. Yet, as we delve deeper into the mechanisms of human perception, more philosophers and cognitive scientists began to wonder whether this really is our direct contact with the world. Donald Hoffman has proposed a revolutionary idea, the interface theory of perception, ITP. He argues that our perceptions don't faithfully mirror reality, but function more like a user interface, much like the icons on a computer desktop, serving only as tools to help us interact with a complex world. Hoffman's theory profoundly challenges our basic understanding of reality. But can it really stand up to scrutiny? In this article, we'll explore the core issues in Hoffman's theory and raise a critical question. If his theory is true, does it ultimately defeat itself? According to Hoffman's interface theory, human perception does not reflect the true state of the external world. Instead, perception acts like a user interface, guiding us toward decisions that promote survival and reproduction over evolutionary timescales. The theory's central assumption is that the real world is never presented to us directly. What we experience is a simplified, evolutionarily optimized representation tailored to our survival needs. Hoffman supports this view by introducing the concept fitness beats truth. He contends that in evolutionary terms, perceptual strategies that quickly generate survival-enhancing responses outperform those that strive for a truthful depiction of reality. This implies that our perceptual system is not designed to map reality accurately, but to construct an effective interface based on adaptive values. This perspective overturns traditional views in cognitive science and philosophy, where it is commonly assumed that our perceptual faculties evolved primarily to capture reality as faithfully as possible. Hoffman's approach, by contrast, suggests that truth is neither necessary nor even desirable for an adaptive perceptual system. In fact, it can be a hindrance. But Hoffman's theory goes further, leading him to a form of evolutionary skepticism. He reasons that since our perceptual interface evolved under the pressures of natural selection to serve adaptive ends, we cannot trust our perceptions to reveal the true nature of the world. Consequently, we shouldn't regard our everyday objects, causal relationships, or even space and time as reliable reflections of reality. Here lies the self-undermining dilemma. Hoffman's entire argument rests on evolutionary biology, which itself is a body of knowledge derived from observation and perception. If we accept that our perceptions do not truthfully represent the world, can we still trust evolutionary biology or any scientific theory built on observation? By doubting the veracity of perception, Hoffman seems to erode the very foundation on which his interface theory stands. Hoffman tries to address this paradox by invoking universal Darwinism, the idea that Darwinian selection applies not only to biology, but to any system with selective pressures, including perceptual interfaces. Yet whether this extension holds up remains contentious. Critics question whether applying natural selection so broadly truly secures the theory's underpinnings or merely shifts the problem to a higher level. The implications of Hoffman's interface theory stretch beyond cognitive science into epistemology and ontology. If his skepticism is correct, we must reconsider how knowledge and reality relate. Long-held beliefs about truth, perception, and the fabric of the world might need to be redefined. In an age of artificial intelligence and virtual reality, where the lines between digital and physical worlds blur, Hoffman's insights invite us to rethink how we construct interfaces to engage with reality. Ultimately, Hoffman's theory forces us to ask, can we trust our senses at all? If perception is merely an adaptive tool, how should we navigate our daily lives? And if our senses don't convey truth, on what grounds can we make any judgments about the world? These questions open profound avenues for philosophical reflection and point towards new directions in cognitive science. Perhaps, as Hoffman suggests, we should focus less on the veracity of perception and more on its functionality and evolutionary purpose. What do you think?